pig. Get out. What's up, Nora? Get over here, Cuddles. Yes, Francis. Oh, great, great. Lots of errands. Lots of errands. Turns out last night I never put in my Walmart order. Who knew you had to click the button 3 times to confirm a dang order? Been running around, got feed today. Went to my favorite spot in the world, Rural King. Blew some money in there. It's not hard. They take it as soon as you walk in. Loaded up on feed. I try to go there the least amount of yeah, it's definitely good. I try to go there the least amount of times. I always find something new there. So, yep, cut a little grass. Started putting away a bunch of patio furniture because, you know, we want to get ready for winter here, or fall. Put away some of the patio furniture. You know that, everybody does stuff like that. Hey, Katie, how you doing? Chicken, chicken, chicken. That's right. Chicken wing, chicken wing. Thank you, Amanda. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. We got everybody now. The turkeys have finally reached maturity. They're trying to court the chickens. They're showing all their feathers, showing off for a couple of the chickens. I was like, oh my goodness. And it's funny because the chickens, I think, are smitten for them too. It's just not going to work out. They don't know it. I keep trying to get the wild turkeys to come in for these boys. But they're huffing and puffing for her, trying to show off. That's what they're doing. Yeah, Katie. This is the turkey mating dance. And the goose will have none of it. Not on his watch, he says. Yes, Desi, you tell him. I find it funny. Yeah, Katie, chicken wing, chicken wing. Drumstick, drumstick. Hey, Michael, how you doing? Yeah, I find I was sitting out here, I think, a couple days ago. I was like, what are they doing? Oh my goodness, they're trying to court the chickens. Little Scar, here he comes. This is a little wild man back there with his hair. 6'7", of course. You know, very awkward, very awkward. A little crowing machine back here. I wish he would come over here with that fancy hair of his. Yeah, well. These are all my pets. They're all my pets. I just got them because I think they're cool. These are all my pets. Boomer, where'd you go? Is he in the chicken coop? No, he's behind me. Ugh. Yep, mine don't become food at all. Yeah, mine don't become food. I appreciate you. Yep, it's just feeding time right now. They've been walking around the farm all day. We got Boomer on guard watch. Need a little water. Eating some food. He's eating out of the feed bucket. What is he doing? The giant dog has arrived. He is currently eating the scratch. Boomer, get out of there. Hey, no. Turkey didn't care. Got the turkeys up here now, showing their feathers, doing their thing, doing their dance. They're kind of neat. Here's the whole gang. Oh, hello. Yeah, you guys have been fighting again. Your face is all swollen. Look at it. Look at this. This is what happens. They start fighting and their faces, they get all swollen like that. They're trying to literally establish the pecking order. Hey, Boom, how you doing? The turkeys somehow play with him. They just run around and chase each other. We got a little bit of everything. Trying to show off. Everybody's showing their feathers right now. Aww. I don't know if you can hear it. The turkeys are making this sound. What they're doing is they're pumping up their chests to look all big, and they're fluffing all their feathers up. It looks so beautiful. And they keep making this. I don't know if it's easy to hear on the audio, but yeah, they're up here doing their thing. Here's some corn, guys. Here's some corn. Here's some corn. Everybody loves corn. Not everybody loves peas. Look at them. They just go to it. There's my wild man Scar back there. Look at that. Look at that hair on that guy. Thanks, Nora. Yeah, the ducks are pretty cool. That's the neighbor's Rooster Scar. He's just a wild man. He's just a wild man back there with that cool looking hair he's got. We got everybody. Here you go. Go back to courting the ducks. I mean the chickens. What this we got? I didn't. Phyllis, you'll have to look that one up. I don't know who that is. But he's around. He just... Little thing too, compared to all the other roosters I've had. This one's tiny. I think it's one of those, what is it, a bantam or... I don't even know. Because I never buy them. It's just what the kid down the street had. They were looking to get rid of their rooster. Oh, the hair's wild. The little neighbor down the street had it, and they're like, we got too many roosters. You want one, Mike? I said, sure, no problem. So we made a donation to that child's little chicken fund so they could go buy some more chickens. But yeah, the hair kills me on this thing. And its crow, it's so tiny. It's like, well, the turkey, it doesn't, that's the turkeys. The other day it was raining here, and his hair was all slicked back. His hair was all slicked back the other day. I was getting a kick out of it because he was just running around. Some of my chickens do not like water at all. This guy, he didn't have a care in the world. Ooh, we're super zoomed in. Let's see, where'd he go? He's back. There he is. I have a feeling eventually, like dogs, I'll have to cut some of that back if it starts to get too long and in his eyes. But he's just doing his thing. I do find the hair very interesting. And what's another thing that's interesting about this rooster is it's got 5 toes. It's got 5 toes. So that's something unique that a lot of them don't have. Cook 'em. I couldn't ever eat that many. I couldn't ever eat that many. It's too many. Look at them still courting the chickens. Doing their mating dance. Oh, the ducks. The female ducks right here. These are all my female ducks. They will lay eggs. Look at this guy. Look at this. Look at this. What in the world? All the fresh water in the world, and we're playing in the mud. Look at this nonsense. Just covered in mud. Good grief. Good grief. Most of my chickens lay eggs every day. I do have some older hens. I have some older hens that don't necessarily lay eggs every day, but again, the chickens are my pets. So I don't, the only thing I eat out of them is the eggs that they provide. The eggs that they provide is all I do. Look at this. Okay, there's a better look. Goodness gracious. Looks like he's got blackout on his face like baseball players use under their eyes. Where did you find mud? We've been in a drought for 2 months. How did you access mud? Golly, look at that. But that's a female. Females have that smoothness at the end of their tail, whereas the males, the drakes, they have they've got a little flicked up feather. Like there's a drake right there. There's a drake. The drakes have that little tail, that little feather that just curls. Now that's not a good angle because he's moving now. Where's the other drake? But yeah, once he kind of turns his body, you'll see that there we go. There's a good angle right now. There's a little curl at the end. That's what kind of helps you visually distinguish between the males and the females. There's another male. He's got that little slight curl at the end of the tail. You can also tell another way, but this is one of the easiest visual ways. So if you were at the park or something and all of them with the same features like these ones, you could easily just look at the animals and say, oh, I know what a male is, I know what a female is, because I'm looking at their tail feathers, how they're behaving. I think today I got, I don't know, 8 or 10 chicken eggs. And then I ended up getting 5 duck eggs. But some of the duck eggs are so big, it's like getting 2 chicken eggs. So really, if I got duck eggs a day, it would be like getting a dozen eggs. So it's very interesting. I don't mind them. The only reason people don't really care for ducks is because they don't lay as much. You know, they might lay 100 or 200 eggs. So, and I've noticed some people sell their duck eggs for, geez, sometimes it's sky's the limit if it's premium duck eggs. I think some people in our area sell them for like $10. I've seen some duck eggs for hatching. I've seen a dozen duck eggs go for $3 an egg to hatch duck eggs. It's pretty wild. Yeah, I've been reading a lot more about how duck eggs there, Sherry, how they make really good, how they're really used, really good. Long day. How they're used in baking because they're preferred by bakers when they're making some world-class desserts. It's a shame we don't have more exposure to duck eggs for people to eat. Might have helped out during that whole time when avian flu was going around to eat different styles of eggs. I think people would actually really like them. I personally didn't notice much of a difference, but I know some people who aren't used to eating fresh eggs, they felt, because I've had a couple extra dozen, nothing crazy, but some people have really said that they taste more flavorful or richer. I like them. I think they're great. I've actually loved the fact that the duck eggs are so big that when you have a dozen duck eggs, it's like having 2 dozen chicken eggs. Hi, Dennis. How you doing? Welcome. Welcome to feeding time on the farm. There you go, guys. Here's some more corn. Everybody loves the corn. Let's give you some of that mid-range game. They are very silly. They're waiting on me to throw more corn. I got a colander in my lap right now, so they can kind of see through it a little bit that I still have chicken, still have corn. There you go, Desi. Start throwing corn out there. The one with the bumblefoot's moving pretty good today. I know some people would be like, why are you leaving that door open? Well, I leave the door open because I've got my automatic coop doors and they set a little early by the time I'm out here. So I want to make sure all the chickens have a chance to get in. Oh my goodness, yes. You know, when some of these duck eggs are coming out looking like a baseball, oh yes, it's incredibly filling. You know, and they're so rich, and from what I could read, I don't have my own testing, but it sounds like they are their nutrition level is much higher than that of a chicken egg. Absolutely, Aflac. That is exactly, for those of you that don't know, the Aflac duck is this white duck right here. It is the Pekin or Pekin, depending on how you say it, tomato. This is the Aflac duck. You're 100% correct, Matthew. Yeah, I've got a lot of customers that come and get eggs in general for the chickens, and I've been wanting to share with them because, not that I'm going to have a lot of duck eggs, but I've been trying to share this new food that I've received, this blessing from the ducks, and Some of them are like, I don't know. And I'm like, I really don't think there's a difference. It's maybe a little stronger taste. But so far, the reviews on them have been very positive. People have really thought they've been flavorful. They've tasted really well. And some people have came back and I'm like, man, if you get more, I'd love to buy some of those off you. It's like, well, good. I'm happy I'm putting out a high quality product that people are willing to buy or at least donate for more feed for the animals. Do you have ducks now, Sherry? Do you have ducks right now? Oh, the first spill of the night. The first spill of the night. Yeah, I don't have the normal waterers out right now because, as every backyard animal keeper knows, and when you free range, there is a high risk. I wish I live in the city and understand that. Yeah, a lot of townships don't allow for birds, but I'm sorry to hear that. I have right now. I saw a chicken last night laid. See, look at this. Look at this nonsense. Look at this. Look at this. They're mating. They're mating. There's no. It's not going to happen. It's just. It's like a German Shepherd and a Chihuahua. It's just not happening. I don't eat my ducks. No, I don't. I don't eat my ducks. My ducks are my therapy. Welcome to my TED Talk. Oh, here comes the wild man. A little close up of the wild man. There he goes. No, I don't eat my ducks at all. I know these, but if you were going to do that, and that's your choice, this is the duck, one of the ducks you're looking for. These are some of the heaviest breeds that would give you the most yield if you were looking to butcher and take care of and get ducks for meat. And they're also great egg layers. So as in the chicken world, you would call them dual purpose. Dual purpose. Hey, Joe. Oh, I actually are talking to you. Yeah, German Shepherd and a Chihuahua. No, right now, because my animals walk all over our farm, they go where they want, you inherently have a higher risk, obviously, for predation, predators coming in, and also you have a higher chance of getting parasites and worms and things. Yeah, they spilled it. They're a bunch of turds. And I noticed, I keep a keen eye on all my animals. I look for signs of different behaviors, walking funny. I'm pretty in tune with my flock. I noticed when I was cleaning their perch, one of the chickens pooped on the perch, and I saw that it had worms inside of it. It had roundworm. So right now I'm trying a new product. It's not new per se, but it's new to when you go to Rural King. I'm using that Aquasol product. It's a dewormer. It's designed for chickens, but if any chicken keeper knows it, but we've never really purchased it because of the fact for a little quart, it's like $150 for a quart. So, but they finally made it to where it's cost effective. So it's a pretty big concentrate. It's a little 3 milliliter bottle that you use for 5 days, and they have some good estimates on there. I have approximately, the way it works is how many poundage of animal you have. So I have about 400 pounds of animal, which they say make that the only waterer. So right there we have the only waterer with the cups, because frankly, if you see that a duck or a chicken, a geese, a goose, anybody's got worms, treat one, treat all. That's my philosophy. So I have a two gallons of water right there for them to drink for 400 plus pounds of animal. But because they free range, can they get water from the pond? They absolutely can, but at least I'm getting this in their bodies. So it's Aquasol. It's a new product I'm trying. I've tried all the off-label stuff that you read as always, consult with your vet. But I've read them in the chicken forums. I've used the Duravet, what's that? That's goat dewormer. I've used that. I've used ivermectin as a dewormer off-label. And this is really one of the first products that are pretty scientifically tested, from what I understand, reading their literature pamphlet, that are really good for bird keepers. The big shtick with this product is that there's little to no, I think there's I think I take that back. I believe on the literature it said there's no egg withdrawal period, so that's a positive. I met some new chicken keepers the other day. I was at Rural King today, and they had chickens at Rural King for $1. I haven't seen that price in a lot. So of course, I've got like 6 50-pound bag, 300 pounds of duck feed, 300 pounds of chicken feed, some more products. And these people are looking at the $1 chicken, so my big mouth blurts out, "Get them all! They're only $1. I haven't seen that price before." And they're like, "It's our first time," so automatically I hit the brakes because it's been so long since I've seen people that it's their first time. Virgin chicken keepers. By the time I left, they left with, I think, 36 new chicks. And the family was like, "I'm a chicken mama now." I'm like, "That's awesome. I'm so excited for you guys. You guys are going to have a blast. They're going to grow so fast. You're going to get addicted. And welcome to chicken math." Yeah, it was really exciting for me to just randomly just start talking to people at Rural King about their excitement, how it's been so long for some of the people in the neighborhood where they just built a coop. So they were telling me how they just built a coop and they got done and they've been planning it out. Like, oh man, I remember all that excitement too. So it was good to feel that excitement again, talking with these, absolutely complete strangers in the middle of Rural King. I think I stopped and talked to them for like an hour, and they were like, "How do you know so much?" I was like, "I've been doing it for a while." Yeah, I think I need to go get some more water for the ducks. I don't think the ducks have worms, but I definitely know the chickens do. So I don't know if anyone on here has used that product, Aquasol. I think I got it in the side-by-side. Let me get it. If anybody's looking for a chicken dewormer, this is it. Safeguard Aquasol. Here we go. I'm using it for everybody. Safeguard also makes another, like a goat dewormer. A lot of people use that off-label. Obviously, consult with your veterinarian. But this one's specifically designed for chickens. I think it was like $34. But it's a 5-day treatment to deworm and all your animals. So it's a new product we're trying here. I've heard a lot of good things about it, so we'll see. Let's go. Good job, guys. Thank you so much. So the bottle says to give them, at least at my rate, 2 gallons of this a day for 5 days straight. So for me, I needed, yeah, right, duck, duck, goose for sure. So for me, I needed 2 bottles. So I think it was $64 for 2 bottles. So I will do 1 milliliter a day in 2 gallons. And there's 3 milliliters in a bottle. So it's a 5-day treatment. And then everybody drinks it. So, yeah, science can be pretty cool. Absolutely. So I bought 2 bottles. If I need an extra day just to kind of, I've got enough at my ratio to do 6 days worth of treatment. I probably will end up, even though it says 5 days, I will probably end up going for 6 days of treatment using the Safeguard Aquasol dewormer, just because I know for a fact that some of these animals, because I have a pond, it says to have only one water source. Well, that's not going to be reality for me because of the fact that I have a pond. So they can go drink out of the pond anytime they want. So going an extra day for me sounds like it's the most appropriate course of action, because then I'm kind of, yes, I could lock them up, but then they'd be like, they're so used to rucking around everywhere. I guess if I really needed to, I could force them to drink that water, but I've got too many. That's not really a situation I want to be in. So I think I'll use both bottles, 1 milliliter a day for 6 days, and then I'll be done with it. And then I'll kind of monitor their waste and their fecal matter and just see if there's any more worms or anything like that. To me, it's really no different than giving a dog or a cat, heartworm prevention once a month or flea and tick kind of stuff. That's how I'm viewing this product. I'm just happy that they made it in a more consumer-friendly price point. I'm sure it's going to be cheaper in the long run if you went and purchased the quart for $150, but how many people want to pay $150 for a quart when these products have essentially a 1-year expiration date from the moment you open them? What I saw was more people buying a quart and selling it to other people in the 3 milliliter bottles. So this company at least got smart and said, we need to make a backyard chicken keeper version instead of a commercial grade. And I wish a lot of these companies would start thinking like that. Stop focusing on the commercial grade people. There are way more backyard chicken keepers than there are commercial, and they would still make money off of it. Yeah, it is pretty awesome. Yeah, I liked when people told me my chicken eggs were too expensive at $4 a dozen, and then chicken eggs went to $8 a dozen. Guess a lot of chicken keepers weren't expensive then, now were they? So, if you want the highest quality product, most of the time you got to pay for the highest quality product. You get what you pay for. You want to pay for those crappy eggs at Walmart, then so be it. I don't need to. I really enjoy and am blessed to eat eggs that are laid fresh daily. We're very spoiled by that now. Some of those eggs you get at Walmart, they're already 2 and 3 months old. I think I was reading some of the laws that the egg farmer has 30 days to get their eggs to the processor, and then the processor has 60 days to bring the eggs to market. So if everybody waited till the last day, by the time your eggs got to, say, Walmart or the grocery store, they're already 3 months old, potentially. And then they get, how long do, I was just looking at it from the producer side in the middle wholesaler, and then how long does a grocery store get? How long do they get to sell the eggs? Well, if they get another month, well, if you walk in, you could be buying 4-month-old eggs. I don't know too many fresh products out there that you can turn around and buy 4 months later. And then how often? Then you got to look at how long does a consumer keep a dozen eggs for? Several months. So by the time you go to use an egg that's been sitting in your fridge, it might be 6 months old if you don't eat eggs very often or use them, frankly. So just a lot of interesting things that you kind of go through when you start to get into this whole food chain thing. Now, I know there's a couple creators out there, especially the one that calls himself the Tinfoil Hat Gang. I'm not necessarily on the tinfoil hat train, but it's just when you start looking at some of the rates of acceptability for our products, it's just like, dang, that's crazy. I never realized that. And I don't think most consumers do either. I know before I got into this, I didn't. We lived in the Chicagoland area. I wasn't doing this. I didn't grow up like this. Hi, Cuddles. Here comes the special need guy. Here's my little guy, Cuddles. He walks cross-legged, got a heart murmur for those of you that are new. He was just born that way. There's not much we could do for him. So that's our guy, Cuddles. We called him Cuddles because when he was a baby, we had to hold him all the time, and we were giving him niacin and vitamin B and everything to make his bones strong and healthy. And then at some point, after about 2 months, we just realized that's just who he is. So we give him the highest quality life possible. Oh, uh-oh. King Boom is out. What did the king see? He just hears the geese talking. He's going to go investigate. What are the geese doing, Boom? There's a lot of racket. I need you to investigate, sir. Get him, Boomer. Get him. There he goes. Get him. Good boy, Boomer. Good boy. Good boy. That is a massive advantage to having Boomer out here. He is always walking around, monitor. See, the ducks are doing a lap right now. I don't know why they do that, but they do. That is a big bonus to having Boomer out here with me. He's been trained very well to stay local. He also has an electric collar on him, so if I need to, I got my electric collar on chime, so I'll just play a little, essentially like a doorbell. And wherever he is, it's his goal to come find me. So we've trained him that way, where I would hide in the bushes or I'd hide behind the door or in the coop. He'd need to come seek and find me out. So Boomer does a great job. He's very in tune with the animals. You know, you heard him hear the geese squawking. That alerted him. He came out, heard them, heard that they were behind him, and then went and seeked the geese to see what was going on and why they were making so much racket. So Boomer does a really good job with that. And then, as you can see, Boomer was back there, and he went right back to trying to find the mice and play with the mice. Or catch them. You guys go. Long walk. There's some more corn, my friends. There you go. There's some corn. Getting towards the end. It's 7:03. We don't have much time left. There you guys go. There's some corn. Let's finish strong on the night, my friends. Have a good night's rest. Crazy to think it's going to be October. Yeah, he's definitely very good. He has been a very good farm dog. And that's it for the corn. There you go. He has probably been the best out of all of my dogs. But then again, he has been the dog that's grown up the most with them, with all these animals. So he's had the most training around them. What? Why are the turkeys not in yet? They're slow rolling me. Well, there's 2 turkeys. Hello, you must be the alpha. I think the day was great. They are silly turkeys, that's for sure. The ducks are back. You stole my turkey, bro. That's funny. Well, I did get them, I think, in March. So if you didn't get them out of the bin in Tractor Supply, I guess I paid for them quicker than you. I think the deer are moving now. Ooh. Can you quack at the ducks? Sometimes I quack at them. Like Aflac, quack quack, you know. They're starting their like pre bedtime run. I really miss when they come out about 6:37 and we'd be out here for a couple hours. W, appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Yeah, looks like her foot hurts. I think her foot still hurts. Just gonna relax right there. are these guys doing? The geese are waiting to go inside. I mean, excuse me, the turkeys. The one made it in. I purchased these ducks. I purchased them as ducklings from Tractor Supply several months ago. We purchased them, but there are some local people right now that are... Oh, there they go. There go the turkeys. There are some local sellers right now selling hatchable duck eggs. They're selling, I think, a dozen for 20 bucks. Which you figure, if you go buy a duck at a store, Rural King or some kind of farm store, a duck's between $8 and $10. So, you know, 20 bucks if every one of those eggs hatches for 20 bucks, you just saved yourself $100. And I don't know if anybody here has ever hatched their own chickens or ducks. It's a lot of fun. It's a very exciting time, especially if you candle them and follow the process. And you know, when you candle them, you shoot a high-powered light through the middle of it to see where the duckling or chick is at in the development process. It's really neat. I know a lot of schools would do it for teaching kids about that, so that's really awesome. I wouldn't be against hatching my own ducks. Heck, I'd like to hatch my own geese. Some geese are $60 a piece, depending on what you get. Now, oh, there go. Whoo, almost went the water. Almost went number 2, Nora. Like, I think these geese are like $60 a piece. I think males are 30 to 40, depending on current day prices. I know when I was looking at buying some geese not like this, I wanted 10 geese, I wanted 4 females and 2 males, and I think it was going to be $500. I think it was every bit of $54 for a female goose, and then I think ganders were every bit of $30, plus shipping and handling, because you got to ship these animals slightly different because they're bigger. So, but these geese are pretty cool. I don't think I'm gonna mess up my flock and get more. If anything, I'd probably get more ducks or chickens at this point. I think the geese have a good handle on the flock as it is right now. I'd hate to get more geese and throw things off. It's like being on a farm, a cattle farm. I don't need 50 bulls. I just need 1. So I got 2 good geese. I don't need more. But these guys live a long time. There's the chance these geese, if well taken care of, could live every bit of 15 years, if not more. And the way I take care of my animals, there's a high likelihood that I could get a decade out of these 2 geese, if not more. They're just grazing now. I'm out of corn, so you can kind of tell when I'm out of corn or whatever the treat is for the night. They'll start grazing. And then you got the 2 geese that will kind of be like collies and sheep. They'll just shepherd them everywhere. Yeah, Desi definitely is the shepherd of them. He will definitely guide them. He will walk in front or with all of them. Lucy will sometimes jump in the middle right now. She's kind of jumping in the middle of them. But Lucy will definitely pick up the pack, whereas Desi will kind of be in the middle there. And then they'll start, what they'll end up doing is they'll start pushing them to their little, to the duck house, and then we'll get them in the duck house, and then we'll kind of, and then I'll put the geese to bed. Uh-oh, sounds like one of the turkeys didn't make it up there. Loud commotion. So what I'm looking for right now is for the geese to kind of push the ducks up to the duck house. Standing on point. Good boy. So now most of the animals are in bed. Boomer will start to move around a little bit more. The geese are doing a good job of shepherding the ducks to go to bed. And this will be my cue to get up. Come on, let's go to bed. Come on, get that duck back in here. Lucy, Jesse, get out. buns to bed. All right, come on, let's go get that little fanny in there. All right, mother cluckers. That concludes another nice night of feeding time. I hope you enjoyed watching the animals. As do I, always enjoy them. Boomer enjoys it. His shift is over with. We will go inside. And as always, mother cluckers, keep clucking. Have a great night. Have an even better tomorrow.